Hi everyone! Today I'll show you the Pantheon. Let's go!
The Pantheon was built in the 27 BC by Marcus Agrippa, the son-in-law and friend of Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. But that was the first building, because the current building you are watching now is the second one that was rebuilt or restored by Hadrian Emperor in the year 125 AD. The building has a circular shape, and in front there is a portico or pronaos, which is about 34 meters by 16 meters and has 8 columns at the front and 3 columns at the sides. On the facade under the pediment there is an inscription in bronze letters that reads, Marcus Agrippa, the founder of the building. The inscription was placed there by Hadrian when he rebuilt the building. In the center of the square there is a fountain that was built in 1575 under the commission of Pope Gregory XIII and has been modified many times. For example, in the 1711, the Pope Clement XI, you can read the name in the basement of the fountain, ordered, place an obelisk of 6 meters in the middle of the fountain. The obelisk is from Egypt and was placed in another square nearby. The fountain is fed by a Roman aqueduct. Well guys, we are already inside the portico or pronaos. From here we can see the huge columns and we can see as well the beautiful roof. Actually used to be made of bronze, but the Pope Barberini decided to reuse it and make the baldacchino of St. Peter's. Now let's get in. With a height of 7.53 meters and a width of 4.90, the door of the Pantheon is the largest remaining door from Roman times. The grating at the top of the door provides a useful source of light. The doors were blocked for a long time, but thanks to an accurate restoration, they can now be opened by 2 people simply pushing them. The Pantheon was closed and abandoned under the first Christian emperors, and later was plundered by the barbarians. It was donated to the Pope Boniface IV in 609 AD by the Byzantine Emperor Phocas. Pope Boniface consecrated the temple and dedicated it to Santa Maria ad Martires. The dome of the Pantheon is a perfect semi-sphere, has a diameter of 43 meters, and the central hall has a diameter of around 9 meters. The hall was made to make lighter the cupola, and the hall lent its light to the entire building. According to the legend, the pagan spirits opened the hole in the roof when the building became a church. The Pantheon is cylindrical in shape, and around its walls it has several niches. The niches used to house the statues of the 7 pagan gods. But since the building became a church, the gods were replaced by saints. For example, this is the chapel of Saint Joseph of the Holy Land. He is the patron saint of the artists, painters, architects, and so on. In the Renaissance, the Pantheon was chosen as the seat of the Academy of Fine Arts, an association of important artists. It also became the mausoleum for important people. We have, for example, the tomb of the kings of Italy, Umberto I and Margherita di Savoia. The tomb was made by Giuseppe Sacconi, the same that made the altar of the fatherland. The tomb has an alabaster slab with a gilded bronze frame and a frieze around it. The great painter Raphael died on the April 6th, in 1520, at the age of 37, the same day he was born. And he was buried right here in the Pantheon. His remains are found here in a marble sarcophagus donated by Pope Gregorio XVI. The tomb is decorated with a beautiful virgin that holds a child. Under her foot she has a stone. That's why she's called the Madonna del Sasso. On the sarcophagus of the artist there is an inscription. It was written by his friend Pietro Bembo. It says, "Here lies the famous Raphael, by whom nature feared to be conquered while he lived, and when he was dying feared herself to die." The medieval altar was replaced in the 18th century by order of the Pope Clement XI. The upper part of the vault is adorned with beautiful mosaics, and in the center there is a painting of the Virgin with the Child, which is a copy of another painting from the 7th century. The chapel we see was originally dedicated to the Holy Spirit, was modified in 1878 when the church became the sanctuary of the kings of Italy. We see the tomb of Victor Emmanuel II. He was the king who promoted or who realized the unification of Italy. That's why he is remembered like the father of the land. The tomb was designed by an architect named Manfredo Manfredi in 1885. It has, in the front, a large bronze slab with a commemorative inscription, Vittorio Manuel II, father of the country. The Pantheon is the only Roman monument that arrived to us almost completely original. Its state of conservation is extraordinary. For example, the floor is 40% original. Floors and walls are covered in multicolored marble. All of them came from the region that was conquered by the ancient Romans. The huge columns that surround the monument have Corinthian capitals and are made of a material called giallo antico that came from the Roman quarries in Tunisia. The original Roman decoration of the second level just below the dome was replaced by the one currently visible in the 18th century. Well guys, it's time to go. Let's give a last look to this beautiful monument and let's say arrivederci Pantheon. Bye bye.
If you want some more videos like this one, don't forget to like it. I'm Gabby the Guide, and this is Rome. Ciao!